We back, man, with another episode. Today, listen, first and foremost, my name is BT.
Come on.
This is Scoop. We are in Burn After Rolling. And listen, we got the most special guest I've had so far. My brother, you know what I mean? Y'all may know him as motherfucking Odyssey Jones, but I know him as Amari Palmer. You know what I mean? Syracuse football player.
5-0, 18 in the nation, baby. Q's killing it right now.
Listen, NXT superstar.
Yes, sir. Get busy.
Yo,
Not all the bitches.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
AKA the Ho Show.
Odyssey Jones. What up, world? Appreciate you having me on here, man.
Yo, bro, this has been a long time coming, man.
Long time coming.
You were on low key, like you were low key on one episode back when I first started
Super
doing
low key though.
Yeah, doing like the
That was a
internet
practice
interviews.
run.
It was dope though, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it was because fucking like I said, how did it feel learning like the path of another wrestler and shit? Like you know what I mean? Because your path was kind of a little different. We'll get into that. Yeah.
I mean, everyone's shit different. It was cool to hear. With him in particular the passion, because not everyone really passionate about what they do. You know, everyone got different intentions with why they doing what they do. But he really seemed to be a person that enjoyed the shit and really enjoyed, watching and taking part in it and doing what he does. So that was dope to see.
That's a fact. Like you can, cause like there's people that are just lucky and get infinite opportunities and motherfucking take everything for granted and they bitch and moan about the things that even like us with our maybe some limited to us. Maybe in our perspective it's limited, but to some other people it's unlimited to other. You know what I mean? So even in our situations, we take our situations for granted. But like, when you gotta really grind, like think about it, like, the rapper that really takes that 10-year grind, you gotta love that shit.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? The wrestler that takes that 10-year grind finally breaks out.
Yep.
You gotta really love that shit to do it. You know what I mean? To really stick to one thing for that long, But
Shit, I ain't never done nothing that long.
Yeah, I'm about to say, you got to be really.
crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
Obsessed.
Looking for a better word, but yeah.
I mean, bro, realistically, I feel like everyone successful is a little crazy or manic or something like that in their own sense. Think about like Kobe Bryant and like, Michael Jordan, yeah, R.I.P. You know what I mean?
Do we put a cap? I mean, not a cap, but do we put a line on or limitations on what we call success, what we deem success as regular? Because you just said.
I mean, like I said, there's levels to this shit and there's perspective and everything. Because like I said, bro, I go to work in the city every day. I see fucking people talking to telephone poles and sleeping on fucking nothing, bro. With people that probably look at me and is like, damn, I wish I was him. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that's necessarily how all of them feel, but there may be, you know what I mean? I'd be thinking like, damn, bro, I could be this one day.
You think
it could be all taken
thing?
away.
You think that's a human thing?
Damn, y'all getting
What?
deep.
Yeah. You think
This is how we be, bro.
Straight
listen.
to it.
Let's not travel down the rabbit hole.
Yeah, matter of fact, let's get into you though, man. You from Paul.
God, I'm glad. I'm glad you got.
Yo, fucking. So yeah, let's talk about you though, man. Born in Brooklyn, right?
Yes, sir.
So
McDonough out in Bed-Stuy.
So what was the early memories of that like?
Interesting. Not all of them was good. Some of them was good. It was. I was young. I was there really short-lived, maybe 7-8 years or so. So I didn't really get too much interaction with people around me. But I did realize quickly that a lot of people had different circumstances. Just like you were just saying, and a lot of worlds were kind of different and kind of overlapped a bit. And getting out of there, I think that should help me grow a lot. But I don't know if it necessarily made me better because hindsight's 20/20. Things could have been. I could be a completely different person if I stayed there, and things could be better or worse. But my early experiences, off the top of my head, wasn't necessarily the best. I was a kid. I was bigger than everyone. So I remember always kind of being like the outlier, the odd man out.
Stuck out all the time.
Yeah. And then, my cousin died when I was young. My cousin died when I was like 7 or 8. And
Sorry
that was
to
like,
hear that.
life. And that was like really my only friend. So that was kind of like a black cloud over all that. So I don't really even think about that part of my life so much. It's so short-lived and so far ago. It's not that it's irrelevant because everything matters, but it's not really, the focal point of where I put my focus and my energy to.
It's not a memory
You
want to
say that.
I don't really go back to that.
I'll be honest, bro. You say that, bro, but those 1 through 10 years, bro, shape you a lot as who you are right now. You know what I mean? The fact that you said, you know, it's life. You know what I mean? That right there, that moment probably shaped that perspective on it.
I mean,
You know what I mean?
It changes it. Because then you realize it it ends.
Yeah.
And I think I realized later than you're supposed to know. And then you kind of interact and operate and look at things differently because you're not looking at it through such a naive kind of mindset. You kind of force to grow up really quick and not grow up in the sense of how you act, because you know I'm a big ass kid and I always be a big ass kid, but grow up in the bigger picture of what's happening. You know, the kind of the veil of life was kind of lifted a bit earlier than I care to admit.
Yeah. So being big, were you always kind of like a goofball, or like did you kind of have to like morph yourself into that?
Nah, I mean, I was always a goofball when, you know, you get to know me. But if you don't know me, I'll just be straight faced.
Yeah,
just
you
sit there.
can't. Yeah, you can't
Like,
give off
yeah.
that persona.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Nah, bro, I'm not gonna lie, you're super sociable, dog.
I mean, I chit chat here and there, but like if I don't like you, I don't.
Yeah.
Or if I don't feel the vibe, I'm not even going to talk. You know what I mean?
That's
I'll just
how.
sit
Yeah,
there
yeah.
and just be. I got no problem being by myself.
I feel that. You so at 7 years old, 6, 7, whatever, you move out to Long Island now, Coram. Or,
Yeah.
Okay. Move out to the
straight
to the
from
Ram,
straight
to
from
the Ram.
BK to the Ram.
Yeah, from BK to the Ram. All right.
Okay.
So
yeah.
what was that transition like? Because I know that's a different speed. I mean, I know
yeah.
you was in the crib, but it's just the setting, like the everything. You don't see people necessarily, you know, fucking 50 homeless people as you from going to the store to back
And
to
I
the
lived
crib.
behind Plaza 99 too.
Yeah,
so
well,
it was
you-
hella.
yeah.
It
Oh
was
my
mad of them over
God!
there.
Just from Brooklyn,
Yeah.
from worst to worst.
I mean, it was cool. I think the first thing I noticed was diversity. It was more, you know, my street alone had black people, Spanish people, Polish people, you know, just Italians, like a crazy mix. In Brooklyn, it was just black people. Not saying that's a bad thing, but it's just a thing. You
More
know?
segregation out there in the city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was kind of one thing, and people were more sociable out here. Everyone was kind of, I would say, more callous to interactions in Brooklyn, and as I get older, I understand why, because it's kind of a different approach and a different mindsets, because motherfuckers be tripping. So like, I get why you being out there and you'd operate a certain way. Long Island and being in Coram was a bit different, a bit more open-minded and more interactive.
Yeah, like you. I'm not gonna lie, bro. You kind of move at you got to move at a fast pace out there. Out here, it's like you can kind of chill. You can move how you move, get up, go whenever you want. 'Cause, you know, especially if you drive, you get up and go on your time, do shit on your time. And out there, I feel like, you know what I mean. It's hard to kind of even like when you're walking through the street, bro. You barely even catch eye contact from people walking through. They're just so fucking. I gotta get here. I gotta get
Focus.
here. Yeah.
Yeah, on the grind, on the move, on the hustle.
So yeah, you come from Longwood. I mean, you come to Coram, now go to Longwood. So you start seeing the diversity. You know what I mean. You start seeing kind of what the world for what it was and whatnot. You know what I mean. I know that you were at a point in time you were definitely a loved fucking star child. You know what I mean.
So you say,
But
I feel like I was me.
That's what I'm saying. At a point in time, I know there was a time that you said that you may have not been necessarily that star child. You were kind of like a little, not getting in trouble, but a little mischievous,
I mean, I do what I want to do. I still do to this day. But you talked about it before about like success and what deemed success. At that time, I started accomplishing things that was deemed as successful to other people. So the interactions and the communication changed. It kind of shifted. I became something. Not became, but like people were looking at me as not the kid that they knew lived around the corner on Howard that we would play games with when we were running around as kids, or whatever. They didn't know me as that. They knew me as other things. So, kind of things just kind of, changed quick. But I mean, it was cool. Longwood was cool.
Yeah,
it was a good interaction. I was,
my man took second in the league.
Well, listen, you stayed there long enough in the portion of your life, so something attracted you to Longwood.
My parents had me there.
Oh,
You kid, I control oh so much. But it was. I mean, it was cool. It was comfortable. It was we grew up in the same area, so talking to y'all is a bit easier because you understand what we went through.
Yeah, yeah.
And I feel, especially as I start to get out of Long Island and different places more, I think it was a pretty good representation of kind of the world, or at least this country. Because, like, I remember, good and bad, I remember having people, like, I remember being in Long Island and having teachers that was hating on you, trying to say, I ain't going to let you graduate. And then the opposite side of it, of other teachers saying, you know, you going to do this, that, and
You're
the
going to
third.
be great.
Yeah, so, like, I think that's kind of like a good, like, kind of inverse or a transition into
Some
life.
balance.
Yeah,
some
because
good
that's what's
balance.
coming. That's what, like, that's just how it is. Like, even when I go to work today, I have one person saying, yo, that shit you did sucks. And then I'm like, well, I like it. And then I have another person see me do the same thing, be like, yo, that shit was awesome. So, you know.
You've been kind of exposed to this, that realm, that higher realm of attention and criticism, you know, that microscope for a long time.
I mean, at the end of the day, though, you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
Like, you going to do you. If you feel comfortable doing it, there's a reason you feel comfortable doing it. I don't know if you're necessarily supposed to be doing it, but you feel comfortable doing it, so you're going to do what you do.
Is there ever a time that you constantly being under the microscope and, you know, people, so like I said, you've been under this for a long time. Was there ever a time that it got overwhelming or like you felt that you couldn't breathe or anything?
Nah, because I just go MIA. I got no problem turning off my phone, hopping right on Xbox, chilling at the crib, not being out. Like, you don't got to see me that. And I don't really, like, I don't really care about other people's opinions. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, I mean, I do, some people. But you start to realize that people that are saying things to you don't know nothing about you, don't know what you're trying to do, don't know what you've been through, don't even know what you do to a day-to-day. So people just always got something to say. In today's world, you know, more than ever, people really got something to say.
So you go along with, you know, you become all Metro. That's Tri-State basically, right? Tri-State fucking first team.
Damn, I forgot about all Metro.
You know what I mean? Yeah, bro.
Man, that's a
Dude
throwback.
came with some accolades. You know what I mean? He wasn't just all state. The nigga was 3 states, bro.
Yeah,
You
3
got
states.
there's levels to this shit, bro. There's real levels to this shit.
I never really think about it.
You know what
I
I mean?
mean, time and everything goes so fast. I never really sat down and.
Well, you
like,
in the
damn.
moment. That's what it
Yeah,
is.
always.
You
Yeah,
in the
that was
moment.
your
So
life,
it's
yeah.
hard for
Always,
you to recognize your own achievements
Yeah.
and your success
But
while you're in it.
you know, he
And plus,
fucked.
be humble.
Yeah, I mean, of course, bro. But now it's in the past. So now, you know, we here, bro. I'm your brother, man. I know you.
Yeah.
We gonna reflect on that shit. We gonna celebrate you, dog. This is your
Oh, you
episode.
gonna give him some flowers
feel
while
me?
you here? All right, give him some flowers.
Nah, but you know what I mean. So you do your thing at Longwood. You go crazy. You know what I'm saying. You end up getting a full scholarly to Syracuse now. You know what I mean. I remember they was.
Cuse, baby.
You know what I mean. You went to Cuse. You know that's your favorite team. What was it like living that dream in the beginning? Because I know things change. You know. So what was it like in the beginning? You know,
Cold
like,
and shitty. At first, cold and shitty, because you go from knowing everything and being the best to being just one of the many.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then, like, it quickly filters out who could do what. And unfortunately in life, when you don't add value, you get treated differently.
Yeah.
And when you add a lot of value, you get treated differently. So, like, that kind of quickly happened and kind of split up everyone and kind of, not split us up, but, you know, you kind of start seeing the tier system and then how everyone gets to act and operate changes because of that.
You ever had any dudes that like didn't practice all week and then started in the game?
I was that dude at some point. I was that dude at some point.
That's why he said it. He wanted you to admit it.
That nigga wiggled his way into tier 1.
I had times where, you know, I would do half a practice Tuesday, half
That's
a
lit.
practice Wednesday, all of Thursday, like chill Friday, play Saturday. But like, I mean, it happens.
Nah, that's I mean,
Be like
listen-
that sometimes.
I mean, he was also an older player. Like that was the thing. Like the older players usually
Yeah,
got
I was like
that.
my
It
third or
wasn't-
fourth year when that
Yeah,
stuff
it
was
was
happening.
never usually the
I
freshman.
mean, if a freshman nice, yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Like at that
Most
speed,
definitely.
at that speed and strength, you know what I mean? And that's another thing I kind of want to get into because we got friends, bro. We got friends that think some things, you know what I mean?
talk
And
about
this
this all
is
the time. I
this
know
is
where you going
too.
with this.
No, this is just to our homies that watch this. Let's
Yeah,
talk
yeah.
about it, bro. There's levels to this shit,
Yeah.
man. These niggas is big. Like these niggas, like he's an average size lineman.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? That nigga is. These niggas are really big and really strong and really fucking fast.
Would you make the pool bigger it's insane. Like Long Island football and sports was cool. New York, even on that level, was cool. But when you compare it to like everyone from everywhere,
Yeah.
like, do I think people fell through the cracks? Yes, I know people that were talented that should have played higher levels or higher schools than they played.
100%.
But for the most part, some people really just be nasty like that.
Nasty.
Like they just like God-given filthy and
Oh,
like
God.
they play defense and they just happen to always be in the right place, even when they're in the wrong place. They just happen to be in the right place. They, receivers that just happen to make crazy catches and
Oh, God.
like, well,
Yeah, it's
so
a lot of
people should be nice.
opportunity. Yeah, it's an opportunity too. It's a right place,
shit.
right time.
I'm not gonna lie, I be
that.
thinking about that shit during like football games because there be times that like JJ Watt just be there just for the scoop and score, like, and he is not even in the play, like he just happens to be perfectly where. And this is all due respect, JJ Watt, you are a Hall of Famer,
nasty.
you are amazing, but
First
there's
ballot.
times I've seen not even just JJ Watt, just multiple defenders just randomly be there and just like for multiple games, multiple weeks in a row, 2 times in a row, just be not completely out of the play and just catch a scoop and score.
That's life, though.
or a tip or something. Pause.
Yeah, that's life though. That's you could dead ass be doing whatever you do, and then someone sees you and you feel a role that you
Facts.
didn't even know that was a role. Like you didn't even know there was an opening for that. You feel a role in a niche that's completely out of your world and your bubble, but you just have what it takes to fill that niche, and then
That's
you
100.
just fall into that shit. Same thing with you talk about a fumble. You just happen to be walking around and the ball just not walking, but you happen to be there and the ball just fall. You're like, oh, bet I'll take that shit.
You ever seen that play when the dude like fucking with a receiver? It's like a punt or like some fake shit where the dude just lays on the ground.
And just like hides and then pops back up.
he just lays on the ground and pops back up. You never seen that
Yeah.
shit? Yeah, bro, them shits is crazy.
Crazy.
I'm not gonna lie, I be wondering how the fuck them plays even work, bro. That shit don't even make sense.
You bullshit and try things.
Yeah, I guess.
You go to practice. You got a day in practice where you just do, or not a day, but like you'd have a segment in practice where you get a 10, 15-minute period, maybe even less, maybe 7-minute period to just run a whole bunch of plays, just trick plays.
What's the knowledge like on that Division I level? As far as learning the playbook, and even how much maybe yourself or a quarterback or whoever running back would alter the blocking scheme or alter maybe the routes or like the depth of the route or something like that.
Yeah, that all changed on a school by school basis. That's a system by system.
Well, how was your experience then? Yeah.
Man, I had 5 years of college, 3 head coaches, 4 offensive coordinators, 5 O-line coaches. So I went from a power scheme to a zone scheme to a this scheme. So I had to end up learning it
Everything,
all.
yeah.
So like, I think college is systems. Most of them, I think, is systems. I think every now and then you might have a cat that really gets to do what they want, but for the most part, you sitting in the system. The coach gonna teach you to do a read to a second read to a third read, and then that's your checklist, and then you go. So I think it's all systemic. Some places is different. Like like Peyton Manning. I'm sure when he was in college, he got to check.
Dead ass.
I'm sure he got
was
to
able
check
to do whatever the
plays.
fuck he wanted, probably.
But some people, I feel like I don't really know everyone, but like I'm sure other quarterbacks had it a bit different. Than, what I mean?
I'm pretty sure like
System.
Cam Newton, at least after his like second or third game, was able to do whatever the fuck he wanted.
For the most
he was a
part,
phenomenon. Like Tim Tebow was probably able to do anything
I
he
argue
wanted.
Cam Newton's one of the best college players.
100%. 100%. I agree with
I saw
that.
a list the other day. They showed the top 10, and it was Cam number 1. I forgot who everyone else was, but the only person I was upset was because Manziel was like 4 or 5, and I feel like he should be higher.
Manziel should be up there. Tebow should be up there.
I would put Lamar Jackson.
Lamar Jackson.
I put him like
he lower though.
top. Yeah, I put him like top 20, top 15.
Definitely. Deshaun Watson was
still riding that clout from college, huh?
Deshaun Watson was crazy. You got to play against him.
Yeah, nasty.
Yeah, how was that, bro? That shit, I know.
I got to play a lot of him. I mean, I wasn't personally on the field against him, but I got to see it. It was nice to see. I don't know if you want to talk about him. He got all that stuff going on right now. Is he coming back soon? Is he playing this year?
Week 10, I think. or something like that. I don't know.
That man was wild. He probably still getting paid too. That's the
Bro,
funny
I'm
part.
not gonna lie. I don't know what he's doing, bro. I'm not.
Oh,
even
I know
trying
what
to-
he's doing. The
doing
news
something.
knows it all. Hey, listen, the
That
news
bitch,
told
hold
it
on.
all.
That bitch was getting the massage. My son rolled around. My son pulled a little roll around it, and you know what he did? He looked at Shorty and he looked down at himself.
He was definitely doing something.
Hey, baby, what you gonna do? Nah, let me stop. That's wild out. Anyway,
Oh,
That's weak.
Nah, come on. All right,
Really thought something.
nah, but yo, so you were definitely a big integral part. You became an integral part of your team. You ended up becoming the captain.
Yeah, I did my part.
You know what I mean? You
By 111.
you were definitely possibly a potential draft pick.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But then you ended up suffering a broken leg.
Yeah, life happens, bro.
You know what I mean?
I
It did happen, but we I was there with you, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
hairline fracture.
you know what I'm saying? How did that kind of derail everything, or kind of not derail, but shift your life?
A lot. I mean, first is first to put in perspective that I kind of always had, but not to that kind of thing, that this shit is fast and this shit's really a toss-up for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
You could be at the top of the world and God could pull the rug from under you, or you could literally be
Like
10
that.
feet under and then God drops a ladder in.
Just like that, bro.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, it just kind of made me get a perspective a bit more. And then also it kind of taught me to be in the moment more. I wasn't in the moment a lot. I was thinking about a whole bunch of other stuff and things that I shouldn't have been thinking and focusing on. And I kind of just had to slow down. And that's how I kind of took that, to kind of just slow down.
I feel that.
Did you think at the time going through it? Did you think it was a humbling experience, or did you not even know and recognize it as humbling?
A little bit of both. When it first happened, I was pissed, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
And then I realized, like, my heart wasn't there anyway. Like, I wasn't really, like, at that point when it happened, I kind of was just going through the motions. And, like, I felt that I was going through the motions. And having that happen, it was almost like, they say be careful what you wish or what you think of. It was on that, like, I don't really want to be here right now. It was like, all right.
Yeah,
You're not here no more. You got cut right out. And I was like, all right. Like, I mean, that's what it is. So I just kind of took it as that. And then, like, I always had my plan, like, if football didn't work right after, I'd do a year of training and try again, did the CFL, did the semi-pro, tried to get some film, had some tryouts. And then after that, I'll keep it pushing because, I personally think I'm more than just a football player that just happened to be something I was good at the moment and happened to be something I was vibing with and rode the wave. But I think I was more than that, and I always did. So it didn't really, like, it stressed me, but at the end of the day, I kind of just sat down and kind of calmed down.
Having that in the back of your mind that you wasn't just a football player, do you think that took away from the percentage you gave to the
Like,
sport?
yeah, can I do anything else? I mean, maybe. I think what really, for me personally, what really took away from it was the turnover. Was going from one of the best, the best teams and best classes in the state, playing in high school, from 7th grade to my senior year in high school, my 6 years playing with my class, I've lost 5 games. I think we were undefeated. We lost 1 game in junior high. We were undefeated 9th all the way to varsity. And then we lost to Floyd. We lost Floyd, Sachem, Lindenhurst. We lost to Floyd twice, Sachem twice, Lindenhurst once. So six games in 6 years of playing football. So
and 6 of them happened to come in one season.
It was like 4 of them came in, like 5 of them came in 2 years. And then I go to college, and we didn't suck. We Big East. We the last ever Big East championship my last year, my first year. We were solid. We got a couple bowl games, but then there was just so much turnover, and it just drains you.
No consistency.
Yeah. It's tough to always have to, like. Granted, though, it's life, but it's tough to always have to
restart.
Reprove yourself and reset it. It's like, oh man, it just burned me out. Personally, it burned me out.
So so that gets taken away from you. You know what I mean? I remember you telling me, people started acting differently towards you too.
Of course.
You know, and you kind of got that shock. That really probably was that shock to be like, this can always come, you know.
And it's funny, like the dichotomy of it. I got both sides of it. So I went from, you know, you say I was like a star child, but I specifically remember being younger and no one really caring like that. Like I was just, you know, there's just Amari. Just there. Like,
there's the perspectives right there, man.
And it kind of changed. And then, like, the scholarship came and then it changed.
That I definitely can say after the scholarship, things did change.
Yeah, what you mean? I was getting...
People didn't hate you.
No.
I can say that you were kind of just a number. You were just a number.
But and then after that happened, I had, you know, seniors hit me up like, yo, come come hang out, let's do this, that, and third. And then college was kind of like the same thing. When I first got there, I was just like, you know, just Amari from Long Island, got my spot, whatever, and then started getting a little NFL hype, and then you start getting love. People, you know what I mean? People love the $1 Million Baby, right?
Facts. Yeah, the dollar sign they see on you.
And he always smiling and shit.
I'll be chilling. But it was cool. It was, I wouldn't say cool, but it was real. It was real to see that. And I like that real shit, because that, you know, it's life, bro. It's gonna be like that, unfortunately.
Yo, quick story, because you said the seniors was fucking with him. I was a senior when he got moved up and shit, so I'm going to let y'all know how far we go back. I got to let y'all know how far we go back. Do you remember the first time hearing about me? You remember the story?
Bad Tom, Ben Lee?
No.
I remember hearing
the
about
girl,
him.
my ex-girlfriend, my old girlfriend?
Yeah, I remember that shit like
how did that go?
I was in shop class or something, like eighth grade,
something like that. Yeah.
And I had this little shorty in our class, and I was like, you know me, I'm chit chatting, what up, saying bullshit. She's like, yeah, I got a man. So I was like, oh, word? Like, who your man? She's like, Ben Lee. I'm like, that's crazy. Just like, you know Ben Lee? She was like, I was like, Ben Lee, I never heard of you before in my life. Never knew this. Like, I ain't feel no type of way.
Fuck is this bum ass nigga?
Taking my shorties and shit. So I'm like, Ben Lee? Bro, this is fucking Ben Lee. He's like, yeah, he older. He in like 10th grade or whatever. I'm like, oh, he corny. Fuck him.
Yo, bro, I'm not going to stunt, bro. When he told me that shit, I was dead. Because me and him... Because now, fast forward now, I think I'm in like 10th grade or like 11th grade. He comes into high school. I just fucked with him because he was funny off rip. Like, he was just big. He fucking was always smiling and fucking...
childish, having fun and shit.
Bro, he would fucking...
Longer was a different life, though. We used to wild at that school.
Bro, this nigga, and bro, he would fucking like go up to like random girls like, yo, he likes you. Or yo, go...
I'm like, you know Ben Lee? Shit. They'd be like, what? No. Good. Keep it that way. They say, wait for him. Boy, this man.
Dead ass, bro. He would do. Bro, and then I go and hear, this nigga always say, this nigga always making fun of you. This nigga was always talking bad shit. I'm like, yo, this nigga gotta grow up, man. But anyway, yeah, fucking.
That was before Bad Tom.
Dead ass, though.
And then Bad Tom was created, and it was over.
Oh, yeah, it was over. This guy, man, used to hit me. I got him in trouble in college one time on Twitter.
Oh yeah.
So, drop the story.
So
people want to know.
Whenever, and this was kind of the beginning. So when I went to college, and y'all know it too. Growing up, we kind of experienced the beginning of social media, like the training, like the youngest version of social media. So like, you know,
no rules.
Even going back from AIM, right? Remember the AIM with the instant message joint, and then going to MySpace. And then
that was a huge jump.
Yeah, bro, with your people in your top 8, your top 5, or whatever. And then Twitter, and then Instagram. I thought Instagram was kind of whack at first, which is crazy because Instagram's hilarious.
Instagram's amazing, yeah.
Twitter. It's the leader right now, right?
Yeah, it's up
there. It has
there.
to be, yeah.
The only thing I can see being with it is Twitter.
Or TikTok. TikTok or something.
I don't know. I don't really be on TikTok. But Twitter, bro, Twitter is a different world.
Twitter's crazy.
You go through that.
Twitter's still kind of lawless. It's still
that's in a dark hole.
They added that Twitter space, and it's over. Everybody got a voice.
It's different. So with Twitter, when I went to college, they check your basically when you do anything, they check your digital footprint. So they look up. It's simple search engines, and they look up. You know, they put your name in, your handles, and they bring up all your shit, and they just look through your stuff. And I had something. We were talking about something joking around online, and
I could tell you the fucking story. I think I tweeted. I think it's time for me to get a girlfriend. It's time for me to find a wife.
Nah, my man would hit him with the I'm ready to it was something.
Yeah, I'm ready to settle down or some shit.
Nah, it was so wild.
You trying to get married?
I remember him saying something like that, And I'm like, nah, you bad, Tom, whatever. You don't never settle down.
He was like, no, nigga. He was like, nah, you Big Ben Lee, bad time, nigga. You fuck all the bitches, nigga. I don't know what you talking about. Fuck all that shit. Wild out. Bro, this nigga calls me up a couple weeks later. Yo, bro, I had to delete my Twitter.
Hey, Twitter be scary. I'm about to delete my Twitter right now, honestly. Twitter be scary.
Yeah.
All it take is one.
You got to do the Kevin Durant. You got to make a little fake
I'm
account.
just not even gonna be at that shit.
I got like 3 fake accounts.
Do you?
Listen. I got.
Don't say them. Don't say them.
I don't. No. I'm not gonna say the
Nah,
names.
nah.
I'm not gonna say the
drop the-
names.
you don't
I'm
drop
not
the
gonna say the
fake account
names.
info?
But I got an account just to follow social media, like news and shit like that. You know what I mean? Then I got the Burn After Rolling account.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But that's whatever. You know what I'm saying? Don't even count. But then I got Then I got just a random account. You know what I'm saying? Just in case. I gotta see what the ops is doing. You feel me? Just in case I got to make sure the ops is good. You
Hey,
feel
if
me?
I scroll through some thread and I see that the third random account on one of your accounts liking some wild shit,
That third account, honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you. The third account I just have just to be a third. Just honestly, I don't even use it. It's just there. You know what I'm saying? Just in case I want to post some fucking hate. I want to troll. I want to post some fucked up comments.
Sometimes you need burner accounts, man. Sometimes you need them.
But yeah, nah, fucking.
That's Mr. Burner account.
Yeah,
This is Mr. Burner account right
Thank you,
here.
Kat. I appreciate
I
you.
forgot this guy got fucking, and they're all him.
Yeah, whole life of burner account. Yeah.
Nah, but so you know we won a chip together too, bro.
yeah, semi-pro shit was lit.
What was that, bro? All right, so you tell me your perspective, because my perspective, I don't know if it was important to you, but I felt it wasn't big in the sense of what we were doing and you know what league we were in or whatever. But like I felt like we were always talented. Our group of friends were super talented in our area. We cheated ourselves many, many times. You know what I'm saying?
Focus.
With lack of focus, lack of just
too
bullshit.
cool.
Yeah, too cool. You know what I mean? Whatever mentality we had. To me, it was like, yo, this was for, and I won it with my niggas in high school. I didn't win it in college. I didn't win it, you know what I'm saying, with other people. It was with my niggas in high school. It felt like this was for all my niggas that couldn't do it with us. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, for me, you know, I had fun. That was it was fun because it felt so genuine.
Niggas
Like,
wanted to be there,
we were just
yeah.
playing, having fun, enjoying it, and like it's different when you're playing against people, you know, in the area. That makes it even more fun because it's like, you know, you beating someone from the town or two over,
That ass.
and you talking your shit. But for me personally, that was a good time. I mean, one, it was my first time playing football after being hurt, so it was.
We did rehab together too. I
Yeah.
forgot about that.
It was cool. It was cool with Michelle. Shout
Yeah.
out.
Shout out Michelle. Yeah, she
It was
fucking
cool.
held us down.
Yeah,
Best
I should
trainer on
check
Long
that out.
Island.
Yeah,
Best trainer in the world, bro.
I should have pulled up on
Yeah.
her this weekend, but it was cool to get over that step of being able to do it again.
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah.
I didn't think after I got hurt, I was like, oh no, I'm never even gonna put a helmet on again in my life. Bro. I was like, I ain't never like.
Was that a fear thing, or was that just you were bitter about that?
Both me being scared to get hurt again, me being angry about how my college career went, you know, how and most importantly how it ended. How it ended was really, you know, it's if you finish on good terms, it's like, all right, whatever. But you know, it ended with such an exclamation point, which was kind of, you know, weird because I still get people saying today, they're like, yeah, if you didn't get hurt, you would have went pro. I'm like, oh, maybe, I don't know. You know, at this point, it don't matter now. It's irrelevant.
If my aunt had a dick, she'd be my uncle.
You know, but playing back with the fellas at with the Panthers was just a great time, bro. It was really fun being with y'all. It was fun, especially like you said, it was that shit felt like long with varsity football 2.0. So
That
like
ass,
it was
though.
cool to be around everyone and have some fun and compete and most importantly win, man. And we didn't just win, like
We fucked them up.
beat the dog shit out of
trampled
team.
over
They ass, bro.
Outside of I think the Eagles, beat us that year.
Yeah, it was like
in the regular season and the Gators.
Gators.
But
Yeah.
like there was some like 4 or 5 people gone that game. So
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
so like, you know, I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was fun, you know, and I was happy to end on good terms. So
That ass.
You think winning that chip in semi-pro, did that close a little bit or heal a little bit of that wound from college?
shit, a lot of it.
Yeah,
I mean,
so
it's not.
it closed.
Yeah, it's not playing on a high level. And don't get it twisted. I still like, I never won an LIC, and I felt like, you don't want to say deserve, but like, bro, my grade should have won that shit.
Yeah.
We had some things happen. Our coach, people got selfish. They saw an opportunity for them to climb, and they, hit a loophole in the system to kind of put themselves in an advantageous situation that ended up kind of degrading the entire unit, the entire team as a whole by taking out one component and adding another component, messed up the system.
Yeah.
So, that was kind of upsetting. Even to this day, we talked about Michelle. Every time I talked to her, one of the first things she said is that y'all were dead ass the best team. That she was like, y'all the best team that never was. She was like, y'all was one of the best teams to ever play at Longwood. Y'all were by far the best team to not win an LIC. And he was like, and she still, the last time, it's been a while since I talked to her, but a lot of people are still upset about how that happened. And this is
Y'all shit was
10
fucked
years
up.
later.
Y'all shit was fucked up. You had motherfuckers spitting in motherfuckers' faces, people doing some shit. We ain't gonna say no
Bro,
names.
we had
but
people smoking blunts on the sideline.
on God,
People
bro.
in practice, smoking blunts on the sideline.
Bro, yeah,
people
his-
not coming to games, still starting. People cursing out coaches. People not do. It was a shit show, bro. It was not a
Just
good
no
environment.
discipline, zero
and
discipline.
the sad part was too, you can't correct the behavior because we were still winning. I think that year we lost to like Sachem. Yeah, we lost 2. Sachem in the regular season and Floyd in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So we lost 2, and every other game was we kicked the shit out. Like it wasn't even close, bro.
Smacking niggas,
It wasn't even
bro.
like I used to be chilling by halftime, bro. That's game. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, deadass.
getting the night. It's Friday night. Getting the shit situated. Talking to the cheerleaders. Talking to
Oh,
this man.
God.
Texting. Like I was chilling, bro.
Yo, so we win the chip, bro, and that shit was fucking lit. Whatever happened with the film and trying to get it out to the CFL, you know what I mean?
So,
when did that start to close?
I never really got film per se, but Ray talked to some people and got me a CFL tryout. I went and did a tryout or 2. I did one in Pittsburgh, and then I did a follow-up one in Tampa. So it was like you do the Pittsburgh one was like a regional one. If you're good enough for the regional one, you go to the country one.
Yeah.
Down in Tampa. I was okay. Obviously not good enough, but like CFL, I didn't realize how much different it was, especially
hell
on the
yeah.
O-line standpoint. That 1 yard gap is like a huge difference, and like my bread and butter was, I would just get on you as quick as possible.
Yeah.
Once I got hands on you, it was done. Like most people not overpowering me. Most people are not running down the middle of me. You know what I'm saying? Especially my peers, they're not doing that. So my play style was basically obsolete in the CFL, and I kind of didn't know. That's a bit on me for lack of preparation. But again, at the time, I had so much stuff going on that the CFL was kind of difficult and tough to do and kind of focus on anyway. Actually, at that time was around the same time the WWE started interacting with me.
That's what
So my focus kind of shifted. And then when I went and did that CFL trial, I was like, oh, no, I'm good on this football shit. Honestly, when I think about it now, timing is everything. It's nice with what happened with, not nice, but an example is Tua, with what just happened to that man.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there thinking, like, bro, when I was playing, like, I used to, like, dive head first
God.
at people. Like,
Oh,
I
God.
didn't care, bro.
No, the rule book was different than back
we were
then.
younger. There
It
was
was
no such thing as
definitely,
concussions. You just got your bell rung. You know what I mean?
God.
Get
Shake it
some
off.
water, sit out a couple
If you
plays.
can't,
get
if you
back
can
in
still
there.
walk,
You good.
You good.
So it was a different time for us. But like looking back at it, I'm like, how was I doing that
Oh,
shit?
God,
Like,
bro.
And that's why like I come back like to go full circle. How I said I'm more than a football player, especially like at the time like I wanted to do football, and then I started realizing like, bro, I could do so much other stuff. Like why is this like, the only, is it the money? Is it the pride? Is it the ego? Is it the lifestyle? Like, what was it? I don't know. Like, maybe it was all of it all together. Maybe it was a cultural thing. But like, as I started growing older, and around the same time as my career started ending, I started realizing like, this ain't what I want to do. This isn't it. This isn't it. Like, if I have a son or a daughter, I'm not letting them play football.
You're not letting them play?
I mean, who am I to tell them what they can and can't do to an
Fair
extent,
enough, okay.
right? But like,
You're not pushing them into
I'm
it.
going
Not
to push
pushing,
them
yeah,
very
yeah.
hard to steer them to other. They might as well play soccer or baseball and get that bag, or if they really want to get a bag, be like an engineer or like a computer scientist. But you know what I'm saying? Like something different,
You
something
always
with
gotta-
more longevity.
It's that I don't want to blame it on the American facade, but it's almost especially coming from where we come from, it's almost like a lack of leadership.
Yeah, I mean, I could talk about this all day.
Yeah,
I could talk about this all day. It's set up like that to make it where the only leaders and the stars in your community is actors, athletes, entertainers, and I tell people all the time, especially as an entertainer, bro, that shit not real.
Yeah,
That shit not real, bro.
yeah.
Odyssey Jones, in my eyes, granted, like, I love the WWE, I love the company, I love what I do, I love the name, all of it, I love it. Odyssey Jones is equivalent to Bugs Bunny.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's
a
fairy tale.
It's a brand.
It's a character.
It's a brand.
It's not a tangible, real thing. And I think that it's a problem that in our society and in our community, that's who we aspire to chase and be.
God.
Like, growing up, and this was kind of the first thing to start making me realize that I could do other stuff than football. My dad worked for MTA. He worked for Transit, and he was an electrician with Transit. And I was like, that was going to be my thing. And I tell people all the time, I push people when I talk to people, when I talk to, especially my friends that got kids and shit. I'm like, when your kid comes to the end of high school and they don't know what they do, tell them to get into trade school.
Oh, God.
You in trade, you do a trade now.
I do a trade,
You
yeah.
get in trade school. And my dad did a trade, and I'm not put his numbers out there, but
Make bread.
I
He
never
did very well.
Yeah, I never missed meals. I never had no clothes on my back. I never was wanting for nothing. I never couldn't go to the movies with my friends because my parents couldn't give me $20
He
or the
was
ride
able
there.
to hold it
Yeah,
down.
he did his thing. Real talk. Same thing with my mom. I mean, granted, she went the school route, but we don't got enough people pushing trade school or more tangible things, which is crazy too, because if you look at the numbers, and this is going back on it, if you look at the numbers after the Civil War and Emancipation Proclamation, all that happened, the highest percentage of trade workers were blacks. It was like 80 to 90% of the community was all farmers, blacksmiths, construction workers.
We were the original tradesmen. Yeah, we did
then,
all that
and
shit.
then and then the country passed laws and started doing things to start sending whites to get trained and taught it, and then stopped letting.
They built the system. They basically
stopped letting
we didn't have a system. We just did it. We just transitioned into it. And they kind of just built the system like, oh, wow, hold on. We need some bread. Like, we got no jobs.
My question is, what happened in the past, 120, 140 years that having a skill wasn't a thing? Like, that's not like having a tangible skill, you get laughed at. If you go up to a shorty in certain places and you tell them you a carpenter, like I could build you a house with my bare hands. Ain't nothing more manly or masculine. If you really think about it,
bro.
Jesus was a carpenter, bro.
This
man was picking up lumber on his back and just, you know what I'm saying? Like nothing's more, and people will laugh at you for that, which is crazy.
It doesn't make no sense.
Crazy, but yet somebody pull up and say they a scammer.
Yep. Not even a rapper. Not even
a rapper. I was about to say rapper, but that might be too skilled.
Not even.
A scammer. Shorty said.
Because it's quick bread and because, you know what I mean? It's
Crazy,
easy.
crazy.
You know what I'm saying? All you got to do is chill and they'll break you off. You feel me?
I think what it is the higher the technology goes in our life, the less it's a necessity to be smart
And handy.
or
handy.
intelligent or in tune with certain
I'll give
things.
you that. I mean,
We're getting soft as a race.
Yeah, it's almost
I think it's more of a species thing. I think it's beyond just the race.
pinks,
I
the
think
pinks,
it's,
yeah.
I think it's the whole.
Wow.
I think
I'm
it's,
white.
Yeah, yeah, he said it. But listen, we ain't, yeah, look, don't be mad, cat. Don't be mad, cat. Don't be mad.
Oh, shit.
That's why they got me on the show. I'm a say, listen, all right, we ain't gonna talk about it. My bad,
Hey,
fellas, my
yeah,
bad.
he's our resident racist.
yeah, real RR.
Hey, yo, listen, it's 4:03. I know you got a dip
Oh
soon.
yeah, I got a flight.
How
Oh.
long you think you got? Cause I gotta.
Like
I want
7 minutes.
7 minutes.
Yeah.
All right. So we talked about the WWE a little bit. We touched on it, but how did you actually get that opportunity?
Good question. I call him my guardian angel, my man Joe Saladino. He came up to me one day in the gym because I was doing the semi-pro. I was doing semi-pro, and working out and doing flag football, getting money on the weekends and stuff. And then that season ended, and I started doing security. So I was doing overnight security.
We did that job together too.
Yeah.
That's weak.
The overnight security
Yeah.
4 or 5
Life
4 or 5
buds.
times a week. Yeah, I did that. You know, I was at the strip club.
I
At the
did that
scene,
too.
at the scene was lit, and I was at the. I actually was working security when they were creating the furthest east Marriott in New York.
Yeah.
The Riverhead one is the furthest
I
east.
didn't
Bro,
know
that
Marriott.
shit was hard, bro.
Yeah, that shit was.
It
one
was
of
like
the
an
best.
empty hotel room. You dead
Chilling.
ass, you just walk
Chilling.
around, sleep, whatever. Yeah.
Before they let you in, I used to just have to sit there, and then every like 45 minutes or an hour, I would walk around and make sure nobody's squatting, no one's trying to get in
gotcha.
there.
Yeah.
There's no kids playing around and whatnot. Like it was cool. But I was doing that, working overnight, getting home. I would go to the gym on the way home. So like I'd get off at like 6, drive, do cardio for like 45 or an hour, and then go home, eat, knock. Wake up, go straight eat, go straight to the gym, work out, come back home, shower, eat, go to work. And I was just doing that for like a few months, like 2 or 3. And then Joe was there, and I ain't pay attention to nobody because, you know,
Do your thing.
I
You
was
getting
on
busy.
time. Yeah, I was on a real time. Like I had like after doing all night, like
You were scheduled.
I was,
You
I was
focused
tired.
on
I
that
just wanted to
schedule,
go in
yeah.
there, bang, get my 30, 45 minutes of cardio, stretch, abs, leave. So I was doing my shit, and he was like, "Yeah, man, I've been watching you come in and out for the past few months. Like, what you training for? What you doing?" I was like, "Bro, like I got a trial coming up, and like I still want to pursue this NFL. Like at least let me get closer to my best foot forward and see if it could like hold the door open a bit longer or something." He was like, "Hey, man, like that sounds great, but if you ever want to try something else, you should try out for the WWE." I was like, "Really?" He was like, "Yeah, man." He was like, "You ever think about it?" I was like, "Bro, I love the WWE." And it's funny because at the time, like I told myself I needed to be gone. Like I needed to not be on Long Island. I needed to not be in my parents' crib. I needed to be like out of this environment. Not saying that it's toxic. It's just very
It is.
Stagnant.
I say it. You don't have to say it.
stagnant.
I
It's
say
very
it.
stagnant. It's very, you know, the river don't
Cycle.
flow when you're
Yeah.
here.
It's
Like
it's
just,
cyclical.
Yeah, you're just like sitting there. So I was like, nah, let me get up out of here before I'm like here too long and get stuck. And I was looking at a couple wrestling schools to go to Maryland just to leave, you know, my area because if you're too close to home, you'll just keep going back home. So I was like, let me get up out of here. And then bumped into Joe. He talked to Mark Henry, who was his friend. Don't ask me why, but Mark Henry would go to a jiu-jitsu symposium in New Jersey every year. I don't know what he know about jiu-jitsu. He might know a
Might
lot.
get busy.
Yeah, I don't know. But he used to go to a jiu-jitsu symposium, and that's how they met. And then he put me on, you know, sent some pictures, sent some workouts, got the tryout, and just, you know, the rest is history, as they say.
The rest ain't history, bro. You went in that motherfucker, broke the deadlift record.
Yeah, I pick up heavy shit.
Who was it? Braun Strowman's record?
Nah, it was
Not Braun
Otis.
Strowman. I know Otis. Yeah.
I put respect on Otis though because I did it with a trap bar and he did it with a straight bar and it's a little bit different. The weight's a little shifted.
It is a
So
little
trap
bit,
bar is a bit easier. Not a bit. It's like a lot easier. So I did 800 on the trap and I think he did like I want to say like 775 on straight.
On the straight,
Yeah,
yeah.
but it don't matter because I can still do the same.
But could
shit.
you have went up? Because that's what
Yeah,
I heard.
yeah, I
that was in the.
Yeah, I was.
I
gonna
heard
keep
they told
going.
you to stop.
Yeah, they told me to stop. I wanted to go for 1,000, and that's one of my regrets. I should have went for 1,000. Yeah, just like,
It's
yo,
still
I picked up
time,
half the
space, and
time.
opportunity, my brother.
Yeah, we'll
One
see.
day.
We'll see. Maybe
You and EJ be making them little workout videos. Maybe
Yeah.
you'll re-break the.
Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know if I got the drive to do that as much. At this point, it would just be like an ego thing.
Yeah,
Lacking of what's my boy say? Lacking of
Testosterone.
Nah,
Testicular fortitude.
Yeah, that's what it is. Testicular fortitude. Yeah. Yeah, talk to him, man.
Nah, but fuck. Nah, but you know, so you kind of, you know, you it was a little grind though your first few years. You know, I remember talking to you. You know, you were kind of just working security and tickets and shit like
Yeah,
that.
man, they ain't give me no love. I ain't getting no matches. I mean, I had a match a few months in, and then it took me like another 8-9 months to get a match after that. But like, it was tough because I'm watching everyone else work day in, day out, PC Live every week, and I'm just like sitting there and like, damn, do I suck? Like,
Yeah.
I might suck at this. Like, I might have to like hang it up or something. I don't know. But
That was my
I
next
remember you was
question.
stressing.
How did it do for the psyche? How did it
I
do for
mean,
the psyche?
awful. But like, I've been there before. I remember when I first did everything. When I first played football. When I first did lacrosse. When I first got to college, the shit was hard, and you just adjust, bro. What you gonna do? Quit?
Oh God.
Life get hard. You just gonna
Give up. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You don't really have that choice.
When the going get tough, the tough get going.
Well, you adapt or die.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. So I remember you started getting traction. You know what I mean? You started, you start. I mean, listen, you started getting traction. You know what I mean? I'll bring up some numbers in a second, but you know what I mean. We started getting some traction. You know what I mean? My man got in the breakout tournament. You know what I mean? Made it to the finals.
Good time.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Unfortunately, dropped the finals to
Can't win them all.
Yeah, to what's his name again?
Mello.
Mello. Yeah, Carmelo Hayes.
Can't
But
win
he's
them all.
nice though. He's the the TV champion right now.
The A champion. Well, they going for the belt right now.
Okay.
So they got.
He was. I know he won a
He was
championship.
an NXT North American
Yeah,
champion
the North
for a while,
American
yeah.
champion. Yeah.
I think 2-time. I think
Yeah,
he
and
lost
he's
the guy
doing his
back a
thing.
couple times,
He's
yeah.
doing his thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then, I remember, they was really fucking with you. You know what I mean? And now we have another setback, and now your knee.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You had doing what were you doing? Up and under?
Up and over.
Up
Doing
and
some
over,
extra shit.
yeah.
Doing something I shouldn't do. So I was doing
Can you explain to what a up and under is for the people?
up and over. Basically, when you go into the buckle, you basically just jump up and jump over. And I went up and I didn't go up. So never again. That's done for me.
Yeah, no more up and overs.
So
I work a bit smarter, not so much harder.
So I jumped a little further just to kind of jump back now.
Yeah.
You said you didn't get a match for 9 months. You know what I mean? You came in with Amos. You know what I'm saying?
Almost, yeah.
You came in with him. You know what I mean? You see him start to get the traction. You see him skyrocket, go right to the. You know what I'm saying?
Debuted WrestleMania.
Yeah,
won a
yeah,
tag team
exactly.
championship.
You know what I'm saying? Then
one of the dopest things I've ever seen. Real talk.
you come in and then you start to get your traction now. You come in with the Von Wagners and the Chase U's. You know what I mean? Even in the Bodie, even the Bodie Haywards. You know what I'm saying? You start to see them. Yeah, the Bodie body. Oh, I'm sorry. Yo, matter of fact, fuck Body Hayward, bitch ass nigga. Next time I see you, it's on site. Anyway. Nah, but you come in with those guys. You start to get traction around the same time as those guys start to get their traction. You know what I'm saying? And now you kind of see them. You seen Vaughn go to Europe and do his thing. Now he's on. He's getting on SmackDown and Raw. You know what I mean? He's getting on the main shows. You know what I'm saying? And then you see, Chase U getting on the main shows. But obviously, bitch ass Body is with him and shit. Tag team ass motherfucker. You know what I mean? But you know what I mean. You start to see those guys, ascend. After your setback. You know what I mean? How does that do, man? How did that make you feel?
That don't do nothing to my psyche. I've learned because I've
You've
gone
went
through
through it.
this.
Yep.
I've been here already. I've learned that there's my time, there's your time, there's God's time. I could do all this, that, and the third. When the time comes, I'll be ready because the time is there because I'm ready. Because it's time for me to be ready.
Yeah.
And if I'm not ready, the time will come and I will instantly become ready because it's that time. So I don't ever, I never, in my youth I did because, I was always compared to people and compared to others.
Double
And-
D,
Yeah.
D Green.
Yeah, so,
Respectfully,
like,
shout
yeah.
out them though.
So I was always compared to people, and then I kind of just realized, like, hold up, bro, we not comparable, because you're not me, and I'm not you. I can't be bad time. I can
That's
just
a fact.
be me. I can't do what y'all do.
Mm-hmm.
I can only do what I do. And then I started realizing that the longer, the better, the faster I do me and get comfortable with myself in every situation I'm in or every moment I'm in, and like I said before, enjoying the moment and living the moment, the better things tend to be. So I never really kind of, like, I love those guys. Like, I'm happy for them. I'm happy for everyone doing it, what they do. I'm happy for, them cats going over to Europe and all that, and, people getting moved up in championship belts and all that. But, I'll have my time. And when my time comes, y'all will know.
My question is, when you get them in the ring, what's gonna happen?
Come on now, you know that.
Journey's End?
You know that. They can't hang, bro. I lift 800 pounds with ease. What do you think I'm gonna do to a 250-pound man?
I hear
Come on
that.
now. That's not even. You know what I mean? That's child's play, bro. As
It is what it is,
humbly
man.
as I
That's
can
the
say
Osho.
it, yeah, as humbly as I can say it, God built me big. God built me strong.
So
God built me athletic, so I'm gonna make it work.
now I know you recovering.
Yes,
You know what I
sir.
mean? You close to, that
Any
return.
day now, y'all gotta
Any
tune
day
in.
now.
Tune in on NXT, 8 p.m. USA Network.
You heard him.
You
heard
gotta
him.
tune in any Tuesday. You never know when you might have Odyssey Jones sighted. You never know.
So I want to know what's next for you.
We'll see, man. Anyone who's willing to step across the ring for me. You know what I'm saying? At this point, being on the show for 10 months now. At this point, I just want to go. It don't matter.
Ready to break a motherfucker
it
face.
It don't matter who it is. When you sitting on the sideline, I'm just ready to get in the game, coach. You know what I mean? Show what I could do, and see if people vibe with it or not.
I hear that, man. Yo, bro, listen, I think it's time to wrap it up, though. I know you got to catch your flight. You know what I mean? It's damn near 4:14. You feel me? I got that 7 minutes, though. You feel me?
Yeah.
Aha. Know what I mean? But, I'm happy you got to come here. It's super last minute, and it is
Super last minute.
Bro, this was one of the dopest interviews I did. I'm super excited to have you up here.
Man,
finally.
we talked about this.
I've been telling you about the studio for so long, but
it's
you know
my
what I
first
mean?
time here.
Talking
It's
about
dope.
it.
It's
You know what I mean?
dope.
I appreciate that. You know what I mean?
It's great to see because it's a long time coming. I remember way back when you were talking about doing a podcast. I was like, bro, if you do the shit, bro,
Do it.
do the shit.
Yeah,
like,
God.
don't half step it. And
Bro.
then I remember you doing it at the crib. Then you had the first spot. That I didn't get to check out the first spot. Now you at this spot. You had some complications and business things and shit happens.
You're going to get it
going.
again. You know what I mean? You get it back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But,
like that.
That's it. Yeah.
Nah, but you know what I mean? Yo, listen, man, I'm gonna be honest, and this is facts. We can't talk too much about it on camera, but if it wasn't for you, I promise you this wouldn't be a thing. I would have I swear to God, bro. And we had a conversation, we had a few conversations, we had a few experience, you know what I mean? I had some experiences with you. I made moves with you, you know what I mean? Me and you had real good, talks, and we really, in that part of my life, I was kind of just living, just whatever,
I'll
just
say
kind
this.
of,
Don't give me that much praise. If it was, I might have helped it come to fruition a bit faster and like expedited the process off of the conversations and the positive vibes. Yeah. But you was gonna do what you was gonna do.
That's
bro.
a big fact.
Like, it is what it is.
I mean, listen, bro. I just, like I said, I appreciate you getting me, at least the motivation to start some shit up. You know what I mean? To be a fucking do what the fuck I'm supposed to do. And listen, I'm not gonna lie to you. If it wasn't for him being, by my side and fucking picking up my slack, and if it wasn't for her lending her phone, doing the cameras, if it wasn't for him coming here and doing the cameras, none of this shit could go down. But like I said, you know what I mean? I gotta give you your flowers, because at the end of the day, listen, Burn After Rolling only follows people that have been on the show. You gotta follow. Not because you were on the show, but because you inspired me to even get the drive to do this. So I really do appreciate that shit, dog. You know what I mean? It means a lot, man. But, I think it's time to wrap it up.
Yeah, I gotta go.
You know what I mean? And before we get up out of here, we definitely didn't shout out the sponsors. So shout out Twisted Flowers.
Twisted Flowers.
Listen, by your side 24/7, all different flavors, whatever you may need. You know what I mean? Tap in. And listen, follow, like, subscribe, you know what I mean? Comment, tell us you like us, tell us you hate us. Burn After Rolling on YouTube. Burn After Rolling on Instagram. Follow us. Follow O Show. I don't know your at. What is it?
At _O_show_.
You got
show on earth, baby.
the greatest motherfucker show on earth. You got any shout outs before we get up out of here too?
Shout out my people. Shout out my moms. Always show love to my people. Shout out all y'all for having me.
Yo,
Shout out
you know the
everyone
vibes.
watching, everyone who consistently watch, everyone who's been on before me and after me. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all.
The fact, man. Listen, and this will definitely not be the last time, because Burn on the road.
Nah, yeah.
That's my
always
co-host. That's my co-host. You was my first co-host on Burn on the Road. You know what I mean? So Burn on the Road. You know what I mean? We you know what I mean? It's always a vibe, man. But yo, listen, we off this bitch, man. Yo, Mark, bring us out of here, man.